Welcome back, hunters. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we returned to Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. So last episode, I did a lot of talking all around the villages just to kind of get our quests set up. Now we are going to hop right into a new hunt and also a new monster. And this is one I know a lot of people really like, and I have to admit, I truly like the way they designed it as well. So we are going up against the Royal Guard. We're hunting a Celtis Queen and probably her minion, the Celtis, too. Now, it basically felt like for Monster Hunter 4, they kind of said, we've gotten the, down pat of how monsters fight and a few things like that. Now, how do we take this all up to 11? And just make it wild and crazy and absolutely absurd for what we really have done in the past. Because this generation, you had, right from, the earlier days, a lot of unique sort of things to them. Like, you had Tessacabra, not really the skeleton, but more the fact that it could actually create the walls and the big boulders that you couldn't really do much with. Then you also had things like the Najarala, which would spawn and toss out its scales, so that was, lingering effects. And then you had Zamtrios with the three-phase fight, almost. And now Celtis Queen is going to be a really interesting one, and there's a lot of people already know why. Yeah, so we're going to go after that, show off the first fight against it, and hopefully do alright, because I gotta admit, I'm surprised how bad Rathalos was to, fight against. He wasn't super hard or challenging, but it's just the fact it kept doing that one attack over and over. That flies up high and then does, the talon swipe on you. That one's a little hard to take. But yeah, Celtis Queen is a whole different experience, and one of Monster Hunter's really unique fights. I'm hoping the intro here will also be rather smooth without too many little hiccups to it. There's Celtis. And there's someone else. There she is. The tank is complete. Tank, yeah, I basically have the Celtis as the... No, actually, no, I can actually mount Celtis right like that. Yeah, so basically, it's a symbiotic relationship well, actually, I'm not sure if I would call it symbiotic, because it's not like it's between two different species. It's just between the two genders. But basically what happens is Celtis Queen sort of kidnaps or hijacks the Celtis to use as a tank turret for herself. And once they're connected like that, I guess it's... I'm not sure if it's a pheromone or something that causes Celtis to be almost mind-controlled or what, but... Or it might not even be that, and just it activates something in its instincts to how it acts. Okay, so there's at least Celtis taken care of. Or, well, I should say one Celtis, because Queenie has a habit of bringing more in. Okay, can I dodge out of that? Thank you. But yeah, so the Celtis Queen is basically the base tank treads, and Celtis is the little turret on top that has both some ranged capability. Well, that was a miss. Has a little bit of range capability that shoots out those, like, spit globs. And also has, like, swipes and some attacks it can do, too. If Celtis actually was able to be up on the Queen for a little longer, then it actually sort of acts like a ram in a way, too, because its big horn will come down. But yeah, when they're separated, they're not... Queen's not really that big of a danger, as long as you actually can dodge out of the way of her stuff. I say as I'm getting pummeled a bit. Oh, let me actually get her as the focus. Yeah, another kind of cool thing about her design is because of, like, the segments to her shell, it really does almost look like tank treads in a way. But she's also one of the monsters that has a lot of breakable parts to herself. Because each leg can be broken. There's also... I'm not sure if that was actually a part break or not. Okay, that was definitely a break there, though. Oh, she actually has two shinies right there, so I'm going to snag both. Like, even her movements are kind of tank-like when she's stepping around. Ow. Okay, we'll get ourselves reloaded, though, and keep working through her. Yeah, again, do gotta be careful of those charges. She is a bit of a wide one. Oh, and again, there's, like, not really that big of an area either for her size. Oh, I think she's moving off, yeah. Okay, so she's going to try somewhere else. Ah, yeah, you know what, I'll work with the Pierce 2s. And we'll keep on her. I think she went over this way. I mean, the equipment from her and that I've not really used all that much. She's actually... Oh, I actually think she's... Yeah, she is limping. Oh, there's a break. And a break. So yeah, all four legs can be broken. The tail's also capable of being broken. The claws. She's basically just being blasted apart at the seams now. Oh! And looks like Celtis will be back for a little bit, just until... Now, is she actually going to use him? Yeah. There is a rare thing that'll happen when Celtis Queen is very low. She'll actually pummel the crap out of the Celtis to use him as, like, food. Think of it like a living first aid kit. Yes, she's going to come over this way. Celtis will probably fly off in a moment. Oh. Ah, one thing I do dislike is when they... Once monsters, like, hit the edges of the areas, they definitely have, like, this weird glide that can happen. Oh. Okay. I thought I was going to get pretty badly... Celtis, you bugger. Well, too bad. She's taken care of. Yeah, so you can see, Celtis Queen will actually summon in more Celtis as long as she's alive through the hunt. Oh, you bugger. I mean, technically it is a bug, so... yeah, there she... that is her taken care of. I don't think she actually has a heavy bowgun. Or at least the pair don't. I do know they have a pretty interesting armor set, though. And see if we're able to actually just hold on to this pose until the quest is finished. There we go. Yeah, our first Celtis Queen, again, really interesting fight that they just kind of came out of nowhere with. It'd be nice to see Celtis Queen and Celtis come back for Rise, but also it does make me wonder with, like, every generation they keep stepping up into the really new stuff and new capabilities, just to let the team keep doing what they've been with, like, designing stuff. And there's just all that done. Yes, there's our first Celtis Queen. The terrible couple added to the gallery. And on expeditions. And we'll save there. We'll go back, take a little look at the gear. I'm actually not sure what the armor's, like, the stats for Celtis Queen is. Or, I guess technically Celtis and Celtis Queen. Because regular Celtis doesn't actually have an armor set. It actually lends into Celtis Queen's. Yeah, like you see, it's called the Celtis Vest. And it's... okay, maybe it's the next generation, or the, like, G rank I'm thinking of, but... the Blade Master almost has like a mech look to it. Let me go down to the arms. Because what are these like again? Yeah, these are the big punchers. And then the big claws. So I think I'm thinking of the G rank there. It kind of turns you into a mech almost. Gotta admit, it's also kind of weird. Like, Celtis Queen does have one attack that is very powerful, where she, like, braces herself on the ground and shoots a huge glob of spit or water forward that is like a tank blast, basically. So I'm wondering if that's the inspiration for the artillery and the Crag for her. That might be the case, and then also because of just how, again, it's almost like a walking tank for her design. Maybe that lends into it more. But that was Celtis all taken care of. I don't think there's anything new. Oh, pressurized Blazer. Oh, right, from Plesioth that, again, I mentioned last episode, doing the comment that came in reminded me to go and do the casting machine on Sunsnug. Maybe we'll actually head over there and see if there's anything like that to do. So I don't think I have anything else to really look at. Okay, I need Hyodrome I still have to hunt as well. Garuga stuff for that. Okay, so we will be working towards the upgrade for the Buster Gun. That one, I just need a couple Rathian spikes. That one's a high rank, and that's a high rank. Yes, you know what? Since we do have a little bit of time, and I don't want to end things off too early, there's Sunsnug. Or Chico Sands, then Sunsnug. Yeah, so, okay, so we'll be able to try for Plesioth here. And then I have to use it. Yeah, it is the sign I have to use, okay. Okay, that's everybody there. Yeah, so now let's see if we can get Plesioth here. I'm trying to remember what you gotta do. It's... okay, he is pretty fast, I gotta admit. That was a miss. Does he... you can actually... yeah, that was a miss. He was able to get us. If you can time it right, you'll actually get the net on him and basically take him down entirely for a nice big amount of... you know what, let me bait and cast. That. Okay. And let's just... there we go. Oh. Didn't register one of the schools, but again, that's basically all the casting machine is just letting everything kind of bundle up and then try and get a net on it. I just gotta figure out the one for timing Plesioth a bit better. But we'll send everything off to the box. And there's one last thing to kind of send off with. Okay, so I gotta remember this one, because... okay, I don't actually think I have... yeah, see... this is almost like a rock, paper, scissors game, but the problem I'm looking at here is I don't actually have anybody who has a blue ability, so that might kind of hurt us a bit. Although... you know what? I'm going to go this way. Because we should be able to actually complete this one, aside from the Celtis Queen. And this is where I think they took a step kind of backwards for the, getting your Palco equipment and that. Because for this, what you basically have to do is you only get scraps from this mini-game, or from setting them out on these little objectives. It's not like how it is in World Iceborne or Rise, where as you make your armor, you actually get scraps towards that monster too. But everything's more in the bottom right there. And it's basically the rock, paper, scissors of picking the color that beats the other. So I'll move my mouse a little bit just so it's a bit easier to see. Kinda wish I could reverse them, but... Okay, let's just fast forward, because that's starting to get on my nerves a little bit. Well, we'll send them off to go after Quechuacha. Yeah, I'm going to do no skill. Just because I think the blue would have really hurt if I tried to do the yellow skill. There are the bombs. Big bomba! There we go. Okay, so we'll see what they got from that. And I think the main objective is every 3 quests to come back to the Isle, basically. Yeah, so that's basically how you get the scraps. I should actually go and check and see if I can make anything new for our Palco. Let's see. I know I could try getting in a new weapon. Yeah, the problem is for... Ooh, I gotta admit, I really like the Plesiath bird. Or the Plesiath board. So for that, I still need handsome scraps in that, so... Yeah, I didn't get Nursilla scraps. Yeah, everything you want to make for your Palco is definitely dependent on the scraps you get in. Like, I really don't have that many scraps. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be something that takes a lot longer just to gear up your Palcos for stuff, but... We'll head back to Cathar, and then I think next week, we have quite the selection we can choose. We've got the Ongaruga in the Expedition. We've got the Tigrex as one. We've got the Iodrome still. And I'll just check if there's any others, too. Yeah, there's Yongaruga. There's Iodrome, so that's 2. And there's... Oh. It might be a Frenzied Tigrex. That's actually going to be very interesting. Yeah, so we've got a little bit of a selection. You guys let me know in the comments if there's one you'd prefer to see or that. If not, I'll probably do Iodrome and maybe even another monster that episode too. But we'll see what comes next week. Or comes in the comments. Oh, not that one. That one. Thank you guys very much for joining me on this episode of Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to give us a like, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave it all in the comments right down below. I always try to respond to any feedback or questions as soon as they arrive on the channel. Until I do catch you in the next video, hunters and survivors, please remember as always to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.